Hey guys, good morning. Good morning, lovely people. Happy Friday. Yeah, it's Friday. Working from home, I don't get as excited about the weekend maybe as I did when I used to have to venture out Monday through Friday to go to work. But I definitely, it's still, there's still a difference. Like the weekdays and the weekend, there's still a difference. Even working from home, there's more of a little bit of a chill vibe as you move right into the weekend every Friday. So I enjoy the weekends just like you do. If you're out there truck venturing out to work, commuting to work, and so I'm definitely looking forward to this weekend. Today is new moon in Gemini that we're celebrating today. New moon in Gemini. Welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And because I'm so behind on personal readings right now, I'm super behind on personal readings. Like I've got so many I'm trying to get stacked for this weekend to get caught up on, and I still won't be caught up even doing that. And because of that, I haven't felt good doing mini readings because I've really wanted to focus all of my energy on the personal readings that I'm doing for people who have purchased readings. So I'm trying to get caught up, get those all scheduled and everything. And because of that, and not doing the mini readings, I wanted to do something for you guys for sort of the collective. So I thought today I'll go ahead and check in and do a check in, like a twin soul check in. So I'm going to pull some cards for divine masculine and feminine, for twin souls in union, twin souls in separation, and twin souls in no communication, and then same sex twin souls for what the energies are currently today with the new moon in Gemini. So that'll be fun. We'll do that today and see what's going on. If you're new here, my name is Jason, and you're watching Ray of Light Tarot. Welcome, and thank you for being here. Subscribe and join us for a while. Also, guys, just for those of you who are new and for those of you who have been here a while, I've been letting you guys know I started a new Instagram for the channel specifically. So if you want to keep in closer touch, that's a great way to do it. Make sure you subscribe or follow me on Instagram. The channel is all one word, rayoflighttarot.llc. It's all one word, rayoflighttarot.llc. So we will keep up with each other there too. Gemini here, new moon. Yes, it is the new moon. Venus in Gemini, retrograde. Yes. Thank you for, yes, that's all correct, Jen Sturgeon. Yeah, I hope it's a good day, guys. I hope you guys are all doing well. Give them some of that deep wisdom you got, Jay. Yeah, well, I think we all have some deep wisdom to share, and I think I'm glad you mentioned that because I think specifically this new moon in Gemini, and especially this Venus retrograde in Gemini, this is a time for all of you to really get into that part of yourself. Well, look at that part of yourself, that aspect of yourself where your mental faculties operate, and how you communicate, the ways you communicate, the way you express your feelings, the way you express your thoughts, the way you communicate with loved ones, with business partners, with business associates, all of your communications, and look for areas where you can improve your communication skills and really polish those things up, because now is the time to really, really move forward in those areas. It's a great time, I think, if you are someone who has been thinking about starting something new, maybe if you've been writing a business plan or sort of like a modus operandi for a business, or I don't know, what do you call it, business plan basically. I think now's a good time for things like that. I think it's a really good time to really put your thoughts into some sort of cohesive action, right? A lot of that is probably a really good idea right now. So anyway, without further ado, let's do some check-ins and see what's going on. I'm going to start doing the zodiacs for June. I've done Libra already. Did Libra the other day. But I'm going to start doing the zodiacs for June this weekend. In between, I'm like I said, I'm scheduling a lot of readings right now for people that have been waiting on them. But as far as the general soulmate zodiacs for June, I'm going to start those this weekend. So and I'm starting with Virgo and moving backwards. So I'll probably get Virgo and Leo done this weekend. And then we'll be on Virgo, Leo, Cancer, Gemini, Taurus, etc., etc., etc. going into next week. So they should all be up by June. I think we're all ready for a new start. I think there's a lot of energy of that. You know, new moons are always a great time to start manifesting something new, to start, really clearing the slate and trying to welcome in some new energies. But it's this time is definitely a time for me, especially, and for a lot of people, of it's not about so much starting something new, but it's about the new things that I've wanted to start or begin for a long time, starting to see the moving parts make a little sense, right? There were moving parts for a long time that maybe weren't that weren't exactly giving me a clear vision, and I wasn't able to see how things were going to work. But they're starting to make sense. No, we're not into June yet. Today is May 22nd. The readings that I'm going to be doing this next week will be for June. So in that aspect, we're into June. But yeah, we're almost there. But yeah, I'm starting to see the moving parts. The places where the moving parts are moving to are starting to make sense to me. I'm going, oh, okay, I can see why this is happening. I can see why that's happening. I can see why these things are happening the way they are and what they're sort of setting up. You know what I mean? What they're setting up and what future they're sort of unfolding. And it's things that I've had in my files, in my mental files for a while. So that's exciting to see. So what I'm going to do, this will be for twin souls, masculine and feminine energies for this new moon in Gemini sort of time frame. What the energy is for the masculine and feminine. This will be for twin souls in union, what you guys should be working on and what your energies are. And then we'll do the next. Masculine and feminine. Okay. These are the animal spirit oracle cards. All right. So for the masculine, rhino spirit and armadillo spirit. So for the masculine is coming out. These are for twin souls who are in union. The first is for twin souls. If you're a twin soul who is in union, or even if you're on the cusp of union, maybe you're energetically feeling like you're in union and you're still in the physical world separated, but that seems to be in flux right now. This could be for you. So the masculine in this situation has the rhino spirit and the armadillo spirit. These are both energies that are very, if you just look at these cards, these are strong energies. They're very sort of almost, I would say, tenacious energies. They're energies that are tenacious. They're stubborn in the right ways, and they're energies that know what they want. The message for the rhino spirit is overcome any obstacle, and the message for the armadillo spirit is set healthy boundaries. So I feel like the masculine in this relationship, the masculine energy in this union, is at a place where he or she is probably learning a lot about themselves and about setting healthy boundaries within a relationship and learning to communicate in a way that is productive as opposed to passive aggressive or toxic. And for the actual connection itself, you guys have this skunk spirit card. And that's really, it's about knowing your worth. So I think it's really important, and this is probably a big thing whether you're in union or not, but especially for those in union, to be at a place where you're not only recognizing the value of yourself and your partner in this, but the value of this connection, what this connection is meant for, and the blessings that this connection can bring into both of your lives, and as a couple in union, how this connection can bring so much abundance into your lives and into the lives of the people that you touch, the people around you and the people that you impact. A lot of air energy for the feminine in this. So there's earthy energy for the masculine, right? Rhino and armadillo. The feminine for twins in union is a lot of air energy. We have the white raven spirit and the hawk spirit. Big energy for the feminine is about trust. Okay, this is about trust, guys. So if you're the feminine in a union here, it's time to really focus on your inner knowing and what you know to be true. Because I can tell you, as a divine feminine, as a masculine, but a divine feminine energy in a twin relationship, I understand the need for trust in your higher power, in your higher self, and in your higher power. That trust, that faith, that everything you go through is for a reason. And nothing is wasted, right? Everything. I was talking about this in one of the readings this week. As human beings, we focus so much on the blessings that come in. When something good happens in life, we're so quick to call it a blessing and how we see the hand of the divine in it. But nobody ever wants to talk about how the hand of the divine is involved in the things that don't feel like blessings, right? Separations, pain, destruction. But all of those things are divinely guided as well. Those are divine. Destruction is sometimes divinely guided. That pain, that heartache we go through in separation from our beloved is divinely guided. It's orchestrated sometimes directly by the divine and our higher selves to help us, to lead us. And you're being called to recognize that all of those things you went through before union were divinely guided, and also to trust in that. You're also being called, feminine energy, to start focusing on not just the magic, because there's a lot about magic between these two cards for you, but the alchemy, right? The power of the alchemy between you two, you and your masculine. Your focus needs to be on the power, the magic of the alchemy between you two and what you're creating, right? Very much that magician energy, how you have all of the tools at your table, especially in union with your beloved, with your divine counterpart. You have all of the tools that you need to do miraculous things, to create together, to co-create, and to bring about epic change in your world, in your community, in your world, and in the lives of the people you love, in the lives of the people you don't love so much. You have the ability to bring about such a beautiful change just by focusing in on that energy, okay? That's a beautiful thing. So for those of you who are in union, this is for people who are in union, that is what we've got for the animal spirit for you guys. Now let's pull some tarot for that. And the next spirit cards, animal spirit cards, will be for those in separation, and then separation, no communication. So this is the tarot. Yeah, definitely. Me too, Jen. I mean, I'm one of I'm happy and I'm grateful, but I mean, it's a painful process at times. I think we can all agree it's a painful process at times. I know during this Gemini new moon energy, I'm kind of enjoying being alone, and it's like even friendships. I notice in listening to people and watching other people and everything, I'm kind of very irritated by it. like I see things so clearly to the point that I get sort of discouraged listening to the monotony of certain things and feeling the ego that comes through in myself as well as others, but I can only address it within myself. So with others, I have to just remove myself from it and back away, I enjoy my own company as well. Thank you. I'm glad to hear that about you as well, that you do too. Show me the message for the masculine and feminines in union at this time. It's the Gemini new moon for them. Going to bring one more, please. Okay, 4 cards here. The lovers. Yeah, you guys are in union, all right. The lovers. Here you go. So what is this about, though? The lovers. You've got you are in union. You're sort of in this process of ascension, but you're also dealing with a lot. Yeah, you're at a great place. And remember, you've got the lovers and the Hierophant here. That's Gemini and Taurus energy. So such airy energy, but also that earthy energy, right? It's almost like the masculine and the feminine coming through in these cards. Well, it's a time, the Hierophant right here, it's a time to pay attention to the way things are done, to occult practice and the esoteric, and the reason things are done the way they've always been done. Look at the Gnostics, right? The Gnostic Christians, who, my own personal belief, were the only true Christians. The Gnostics had some information that's maybe been hidden by man-created churches and institutions. The point is, for you guys both, it's time to focus on your magic of your union, the reasons and the reasons you are in union, because so often in these type of relationships, it's divine and more special than a soulmate connection for a reason. It's because the reason a soul would choose to split into 2 parts to go out and forward into the world isn't for romantic purposes, guys. It's so much bigger than that. It's to do something that couldn't be accomplished any other way. Because human beings, we have a thing called free will. So if we choose for our soul to split and go into 2 bodies, those 2 bodies have free will that do choose differently. They do. And what is the purpose of that? What's the reason for that? It's not so two souls can meet and be soulmates. It's because it's to accomplish something bigger, and it has nothing to do with romance. And I think it's important that people remember that. So what's going on here is the magic is what's allowing you to release some of these past burdens, to stop looking at things from the through your physical eyes, and start looking at things through that third eye, which is the source energy, the creator eye. It's not even about your pineal gland. That's a physical thing. We're not talking physical. We're talking about the creator's eye, the reality of what is, what always was, what always will be, and what is right now. And that's going to be what leads these two souls, okay, into this new place, this new ascension. And it's also going to be really focusing on the truth that's being delivered to you right now, because there's a truth coming in that's allowing this past cycle that's very earthbound, this past earthbound cycle for you guys. You're at a place, if you're in union, that's a little further than some of us in separation. You're at a place where now the earthbound stuff, the concerns, the constant worries about money, the constant worries about the future, the past, the present, it's time to sort of shed that skin, and now you're going to start looking through very clear truth, which is eternal truth, right? Those sacred secrets, supreme secrets, to bring you to this place of ascension that's beyond what those who are not yet in union what we can even really conjure up in our minds. We can't really even fathom it. That's why even doing this reading right now for you guys is a little difficult for me, because I'm not in union in the physical sense. But I do understand the idea of shedding the physical world completely. And as long as you are in your human bodies, you can't completely do that. But you're going to be able to do it to an extent that you never have before with this Knight of Swords, or I want to say Knight of Truth, coming into you right now. And by keeping your spiritual eyes fixed clearly on your faith, your trust in what is. And that's what's going to really allow this thing to take on a whole new meaning. And it's not, just remember, that's what happens when you're in union truly, is it's no longer just about how it affects you or how it affects them or how it affects you too. It suddenly becomes about how it affects everyone, the collective, the whole world, all of creation, and your role in that. And so that's really special. So you guys are doing some really cool things. Don't be afraid to shed that that feeling of, because a lot of that heaviness with the Nine of Wands is going to go away so quickly when you start to look at things from those spiritual eyes. And you're being given such a gift and an opportunity right now with this new moon in Gemini, twin souls in union, to do that. So look forward to doing that with your soulmate, whoever you are, if you're, or twin soul with whoever you are, if you're the feminine with your masculine, doing that together, okay, or vice versa. All right, so this is going to be for masculine and feminine twin souls in separation. This is the masculine. Ooh, feminine. Nice. And what's the connected energy? All right, so the energy of your connection, those of you in separation, the connection between the two of you is the turtle spirit, which says slow and steady wins the race. This is that constant flow, 62, that's an 8. So the constant flow of energy between the two of you is there, but it's also, you've been slowed down for a reason. Something wasn't matching, something wasn't equal, it wasn't reciprocal, and you've been slowed down for a reason. Slow and steady wins the race. Remember that. We got the peacock spirit bottom of the deck too. These connections are so divine and also so beautiful. The light shines from you two so beautifully, even in separation. But as bright as your lights shine when you're in separation, imagine how bright your lights shine when you're in union. That's pretty special. Now, for the masculine, he's getting the owl spirit, the feminine, the otter spirit. So that tells me a couple of things. The feminine is focused on the union here. The otter spirit is much about union to me. The message says you're never alone. So the feminine is focused on recognizing ways in which he or she, in feminine spirit, is not alone. Even though it may feel lonely, ways in which they are in union energetically, if not physically. The masculine here, which is interesting, the owl is such a divine feminine creature, right? That owl medicine is definitely very much a intuitive medicine, wise, right? It is wisdom. There's a lot of mental energy here, so it's definitely fitting of the Gemini energy that we're all in. But it's not something that I see and associate very often with the masculine. So the fact that this comes out for the masculine to me is really interesting. And it speaks to the fact that the masculine is really starting to see things from an intuitive place. So if you're someone like me who recognizes based on being sort of the lead, the spiritual lead, that you are the feminine in the twin soul journey in separation, you should know you're masculine right now. The other person on the other side of that, in your separated energy, that he or she is becoming very aware of the truth. So right now, he or she, you may not be in communication, you may be in separation, but he or she is very much aware at this point in time of this connection and what it really is and what it really means. They could look at you and see the light shining through your eyes. They could look at you right now and see the light coming out of you, and they know they have that light in them too, and that you're meant to shine that together out to the world. And it kind of starts to, it's kind of what I was looking at and feeling from the unions, the in union souls. But this is a work in progress in a different way. We're still very much in the physical realm, very focused on bringing that union together and what that's going to do, because it's not just for the two of you, right? Or the two of us, or whoever we're talking about here. It's for all of us and the people we encounter and the people we don't encounter. It's our effect on the collective. But right now, this masculine energy is being very much made aware in an intuitive sense of what the connection is. For some masculines, they may have already been told about it. If your masculine has never heard of a twin soul, that's different. But if they've been told, maybe they denied it, maybe they ran from it. They don't want to deny something that's true, though. They're seeing it so clearly now that there's an undeniable, when you know in your heart something's true, that feeling that comes over you. It's why I don't doubt my connection anymore. Whether I'm in communication, not in communication, it doesn't matter. Because I've seen enough to know, and I've experienced enough to know how to trust the yes and the no, the truth and the lie, to make the differentiation. And once you know how to make the differentiation, nobody can tell you something's false when you know it's true, or vice versa. That's what's happening here for your masculine. Whilst you're doing this masculine, your feminine is focused so much on their understanding of what a union means. They're focused on realizing that even in separation, they're in union. So while masculine, you're over here recognizing what this connection is while in separation. You've been slowly coming to this understanding that this is reality. This is soul guided. This is spirit led. And this is something so special that it's changing your understanding of what reality even is. Your feminine is over here learning how to function. They've known what this was. They've known what this was for a while, but what are they doing? They're learning how to function in separation and know that there really is no separation. So the feminine's whole journey right now, their mental journey, their mental guidance that's coming through the strong Gemini energy, which is about communication and mental capacity, their understanding is changing. Their understanding of the connection has been here. What's changing about their understanding is they're truly getting a grasp of the fact that there is no separation. especially when they consider their twin. There is no separation between them and their masculine. So both of you are having sort of new truths coming upon you. And if you're the feminine, you should know that your masculine is having this truth of what the connection is. And if you don't believe that, are you a feminine who's getting to a real understanding right now of how there is no separation and how even alone, you're never alone? That's what's happening for you right now, isn't it? Well, this is what's happening for your masculine. And masculine, as you're coming to understand the realities of this twin soul connection and how it can't be denied forever, it just is what it is, know that your feminine is coming to a place of understanding that there is no alone, there is no separation, and you are both destined, like these otters, to where the two are one. And it's a beautiful thing. It's not a pressured energy. It requires nothing. It doesn't require any big declarations. It just requires an inner peace to come over you in the knowing that this is special, it's beautiful, and it's going to continue to grow. I'm going to pull from the Thelema deck for you guys to see what your tarot guidance is. This is for me. This is for all of us who are on that journey. This is twin soul in separation for the new moon in Gemini. That's what it is. Guidance for the souls in separation for the new moon in Gemini, please. 4 cards. Okay. You're welcome. The High Priestess. So I think that it, yeah, you know, it's interesting this High Priestess card came out because the High Priestess really is what? What is the High Priestess? She's the owl, right? I mean, the High Priestess is the owl. The owl is the divine feminine, the wise divine feminine. So the High Priestess energy is coming out also in the tarot, and that's really representative for the first time in a while of the masculine. The masculine energy in this separation is becoming so connected to the feminine style. And what's coming out, what's funny is, guess what's coming out for the feminine? Basically the otter energy, because the otter energy was about knowing you're never alone and understanding the partnership. Well, this is the Justice card, which is Libra energy, and Libra energy is all about partnership. It's about healthy balance within a partnership. So these 2 major arcana cards that came out are very much guided divinely as far as I'm concerned because of what they're saying to me. And there are also great cards to tell you about where this connection is. Although there's separation, there's justice here. There's the High Priestess taking charge. And this High Priestess is what's going to lead the masculine energy is in, and it is on the way to union. You guys are already in union energetically, a lot of you. And I know there is no separation, but I mean energetically, things are happening that are bringing this union to levels where the physical, the magnetization in the physical is happening on such a strong way. Just let it happen. Don't try to force anything. It's so much more beautiful when you allow the divine to do it. Okay? Queen of Cups, Ace of Swords, 7 of Pentacles. So again, you don't ever want to deny the necessity and the divine guidance in timing and in patience and in knowing that it's not time until it's time. And when is that going to be? Well, you just have to wait and see. It's not right now, though. It's almost time. The Queen of Cups, to me, is speaking about how this is a woman alone, right? She's alone. She's got her cup, and she's just sort of in this hazy energy on the shore, waiting. What's happening here is there's a realization that everything that you think of as belonging in that cup is already within you and all around you. That there's not only is there the water, which represents the emotion, filling that cup, she's literally standing on the shore. The water, the love, the emotion is everywhere. It's all around you, okay? You're so connected to your twin soul that if you truly had an understanding like the one you're having in these moments of clarity, if you could hold on to that understanding, even through all of the human toils and troubles that we go through, you would never have a doubt, you would never have a concern, because there's so much truth you would see in that. You've also got the Ace of Swords. So again, whereas the souls in union had the Knight of Swords, for souls in separation, you've got the Ace of Swords. So Spirit is truly taking over these separate connections. Like I'm in a separated twin connections, because Spirit wants us to know with such strength of belief and trust what this is. You know, this is a divine gift of clarity and truth, and it's important that you're receptive to that, right? That you don't deny that truth because of your own frustration, resentments, irritation, you know, with having to wait. It's so important to be receptive to that truth and be grateful for it, because that truth is what's going to carry you through these difficult times of separation into union, because you're almost there, guys. You're almost there. And what makes a long time become a short time, become really no time, it's up here and it's in here. And it's about having that balance there, and it's about allowing things like that justice energy to come in. And it's, how does it come in? By you taking control over the thing. What are you speaking into your life? What are you believing into your life? What are you giving energy to? Are you feeding the kind wolf, or are you feeding the selfish wolf? Are you feeding the wolf of love and humility and unconditional love, or are you feeding the wolf of hatred and violence? Which wolf are you feeding? That's the one that's going to grow. That's always the one that will grow, and ultimately that's the one that will win out. Remember that, guys. Okay, I'm not going to do the other two because these have taken up time, and it still gives us a good idea. You're either in separation or you're in union. So that's basically it. You're going to get something from one of those readings, because I've got to go work on some more personals. And this one went a little long. I didn't plan to be on for 30 minutes, so it went a little longer than I intended. But I actually need to go hit the beach, get some exercise in real quick, and then get on to some more personals. So beautiful day, new moon in Gemini. I am going to come on and do some minis soon, guys. I apologize for the wait. Like I said, I know you guys, a lot of you are asking, when am I going to do mini readings? Soon, very soon. If I have time, I'll come on tonight. I just can't guarantee it. So don't send any money for it because I am really trying to get caught up on personals right now. So we'll see where it goes. If I do come on, it'll be around 9 tonight, though. But let's just hold off and see. If not, probably Sunday at the latest, I will do some minis. Okay, so knock on. You guys have a lovely new moon in Gemini. If you haven't been doing your manifestations recently, it's a great time to do some grounding and some manifestations. Write some manifestations down. Go sit there out in the darkness, in the sacred darkness, and really feel those out. Feel those things into manifest for you, and what they're going to be like. That's the way to do it. You already know. All right, guys, have a good one. Namaste.